Hey, how we doing? Say hi, Dad.
Hi guys.
Hey, just come out with my dad for a few hours and that today. Just going to spend a bit of time together. We're in a really nice sheltered spot up at Sandy Lodge up at the RSPB Reserve, but just in case you do get the odd little downpour, and Dad needs to keep the wind if it does rise up off his shoulders and neck because he has problems with that. We're just going to rig up a little bit of a tarp configuration. So yeah, we're going to crack on with this and we'll see how we go. So right, come on Dad, let's go. Quite low, but it's just going to give us a bit of a cover. And then the next one, the ground here is really soft, so what we might have to do is just double peg. Yeah, we're just going to enjoy a little bit of Dad and son time together today. Spend a bit of time together, have a brew, have a bit of lunch. Just going to have this in a really low, like diamond configuration. We'll probably just raise that up a little bit in a minute actually, but it will just give us a little bit of shelter. There we go, we've got this set up. You can get under here quite easily if it does rain, and say if it starts to get a bit windy, Dad can just tuck himself in here, we can have a little bit of shelter. But we've just finished rigging it up. Dad feels naked because he hasn't got his hat on. Obviously a lot of you know my dad has micked the hat and it's not too bad a day, and Dad's decided to come out without his famous pin badge hat, so now he doesn't feel like he's his normal self.
But you know me.
Alright.
I've got a little bit of green on.
That's it. It's just to get Dad out for a bit today. Some family bits going on, and that's just gave Dad a call. Come on, let's go out for a little bit. So it's just nice just to have this up. This is the DD hammocks, DD tarp 3x3. I've just set it up in a really sort of low apex diamond configuration. It's nice to have a little bit of a low pitch because it keeps our profile down so it doesn't stick out too much. Bit of lunch and that for me and Dad, and that in a bit. We'll have to make choices now, Dad. So you can either have beef stroganoff with rice or pasta bolognese. What do you fancy?
Pasta bolognese.
Pasta bolognese for Dad, beef stroganoff with rice for myself, and then we can both have, if you're still hungry afterwards, Wayfarer chocolate pudding.
Ooh.
Which is bloody lovely. Bloody lovely. That's it.
Do like a bit of chocky.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we've been out, hasn't it?
It's been quite a while. Well,
Yeah.
Last time I was out with the bushcraft show.
Yeah.
In
So I
Derby.
don't think I've had Dad out in the woods for a camp out since we were at the bushcraft show, and that's the end of May. So it is.
It's due.
Yeah.
It was
It's
due.
about 7 weeks. Obviously I've caught up with Dad since then, but we've just not had a chance to get out together, and this is quite important for me and my dad, as you know. We sort of connect. We have a really close sort of bond between us, which you're all aware of, and a little bit of family stuff that's going on at the moment. It's just nice just to get Dad out. When I was driving Dad, I went and picked Dad up and we were driving over it. Dad did that. He did make me laugh. Dad said that he'd been to the doctors and he'd had a health checkup, as you do, and the doctor asked him, you know, Dad's been told to cut down on his coffee, and that 'cause Dad loves his coffee. We are going to have coffee now, but yeah, Dad's been told he has to cut down on his coffee and start drinking more tea, which is not like Dad. And then the doctor asked him, how's your smoking going? Dad smokes the old roll-ups, and Dad said that yeah, he's starting to use the vape more. Starting to use his vape more rather than the rolling tobacco. And the doctor asked him, how'd you like that? And Dad said, yeah, lovely, because it tastes the coffee. Brilliant.
You just lick your lips and you can taste the coffee. I love it.
That's it. That's it. So yeah, we're just gonna have a brew. I think we'll have a brew. Dad's got his little cookser that I got him at the bushcraft show, with his pagan rune symbol. Little.
From a young friend on Facebook, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's from Tay. Mick G's, Mick Gately's son. There's a little rune, and that on there that Tay, Mick Gately's son, made for us. Dad's got it on his cookser, which we got him at the bushcraft show.
Which depicts health, wealth, and happiness.
Health, wealth, and happiness, which is very, very important. So let's have a brew.
Aye.
Right. Where are we? Say, no, this is a place that I love coming to. I've had a few videos from here just recently. We love it. So it's probably been about at least 3 months or so since you were up here last, Dad.
Been around about that, but I couldn't get around very well. Could I? I've done away with my stick.
Yeah, that's good today, I tell you. Dad's had to change his medication, where he's come off the medication that was prescribed for him, that's given him real problems. So now Dad's actually a bit more mobile again, which means I can start getting him out a bit more. Quick and easy for now. Just using the TBS double wall insulated canteen flask and that, and then we've got more water. We'll have a boil up and have lunch a bit later. Anyway, we're going to crack on with this. We'll catch up in a little bit. Hey, how we doing? Such a beautiful area this is. Really is. Love it here. Obviously I'll do a few videos up here. Since the last time I come out on this bit, the bracken has really grown up, and what I actually like is bits of it have sort of started to go like yellowy, golden brown and that, and the rest is really green. It just looks absolutely fantastic. Absolutely love it. It's brilliant. Cleared this bit out just after winter, taking some of the big fir trees down, but they've kept a few of them here. This is where I always come, is to this lovely, lovely oak tree, which gives us a bit of shelter and that. Dad's just over, he's going to be sorting his pasta lunch out. It's just a beautiful area, it really is. And when they took down some of the pine trees, they cut them down into sections, so I've got a really small section here which I kind of almost use as like a bit of a table, and Dad's sitting on that one, and then if we want it, there's another bigger one here. And the beauty is that when I come here, no one else has literally been here since last time, because my poles are still here. So as you normally know, when I come up here I use the Polish Lavu. Alexandra de Rocha from Be Outdoors. I said Lavu today, not Lavu. Bit of an in-house joke between us. So yeah, these are still here. I've got another nice pole net here. There's silver birch around here, which I absolutely love. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. You see, if I just stand off from the back a bit. Nice low apex diamond configuration. It really doesn't stand out that much. It's brilliant. And this is the oak tree. I absolutely love this oak tree. Dad, I've climbed up this oak tree, you know. I've climbed this.
I know you have.
Yeah, I've climbed up that.
I've got photographs of you up there.
Never ever too old to climb a tree. I'm 48 now. I love climbing trees. Always have done.
You give me a week or two and I'll be up there.
That's it. Now that Dad's not back on his stick anymore, Dad'll be gallivanting about and that as again as well. Yeah, Dad's just boiling up his water. My one will have the water put into it, Dad. So you do your one first, boil it, and then I'll have my one afterwards. Let's just drop my tripod back down a little bit. Let's pop this back out. Just bear with me. Sorry, guys. So yeah, there's Dad there. He's just waiting for the proverbial pot to boil.
Coming up in a minute.
There you go. It's just really good to get back out with Dad. Oh, that's on a bit of a jaunty angle. How's that? That's better. We like that. We like that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just been having a really good catch up. We've had a bit of a coffee, bit of lunch and that now. You've seen from my posts and my vids and that in the past just how much me and my dad try to get out together, and that's really important to us. It's something we've been doing a lot more in the last couple of years, isn't it, Dad?
Absolutely.
Camping, going to the bushcraft show, and say, as you know, me and my dad run sessions for kids at this year's bushcraft show, making hobo stoves for the kids, and that was a roaring success. Dad's quite a well-known little figure with his hat, and I think that's why he's gutted that he hasn't got his hat today. But yeah, it's just really nice to come out with Dad. So when I was growing up, my dad just let me run wild, really, didn't you?
Well, I was looking at photographs last night on the old bloody tractor down Aston.
Yeah.
Go on, we'll get on it.
That's it.
And gainer.
Yeah. Try and pop it in. Yeah, let's have that.
I'll open the bottle.
Yeah, pop it in that way. All right. Where's the spoon?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. And just keep an eye on that now, Dad. Yeah, when I was growing up, I was really lucky, really, because we got Nebworth Park Estate over from us. So Dad used to take us over there. More often than not, what we do is we go over with some of the kids and we get a couple of us in the boot, and that just before we went in, so Dad didn't have to pay for loads of kids. So
the boot, kids.
Yeah.
In
so,
the boot.
The boot would open once we were in the park, and a load of us kids would pile out, so Dad didn't have to pay much. You know, this is back in the 70s, not that it was expensive, but you know, when you're taking a few kids, because you know, Dad always took loads of us out, me and my mates and that. Dad would let me try and drive the car around the estate, so I was learning to drive from an early age, not legally, but yeah. And we were just always out in the woods and that, weren't we?
Yep.
Always out swinging on trees and things like that. Quite blessed, quite blessed. Yeah. And say Dad used to be in like target pistol clubs from an early age, and that we had air pistols and air rifles and things like that. I mean, you know, back into the 70s and the 80s, we still had what was it, Parker? The old fire, the old coal fire. We had we had a Park Ray coal fire. So you know, we used to get coal deliveries come along, and we had wood and that. So we had axes and chopping things around, and you know, Dad taught me everything that I really needed to know from a young age. And that, I mean, I remember like hassling Dad when I was young. I wanted to join the Cubs, for ages and ages. Eventually got in. I think I went for about 2 or 3 times, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And Dad was like adamant, no, you're going to stick to it. And I was like, no, I don't like it. Because it was just too regimented for me back then.
Yeah, he was in the RAF.
And the cadets and that as well. So yeah, Dad took me out to Cubs, and that's where we sort of just started to go and do more. You know, we used to go off camping and things like that. So really lucky. And nowadays, you know, that's why I've really got into the bushcraft and wild camping side, because I've got all these skills that Dad passed on to me, and obviously I'm really into it now, and I'm kind of like teaching Dad again. And but you know, we try to pass on the skills. You know, so what I love about the bushcraft, wild camping, outdoors sort of side is that there's a real community sense behind it. It's like, you know, like a brother or sisterhood. It's all about sharing and passing on knowledge, and I love that. I absolutely love it. Dad's just had his lunch.
And nice it was too.
Yeah, pasta, was that pasta?
Pasta bolognese.
A Wayfarer pasta bolognese, and I've just got my expedition food, beef stroganoff with rice, which I absolutely love. And that, so yeah, absolutely lovely, absolutely lovely. I'm about to have that in a minute, but far enough out from the tarp. Wind's going this way. Let's have a little firebox. Come on.
There you go.
Let's get that going.
This goes in the same way as the dinner then.
Yeah, we'll do that up in a little bit. Love using the firebox, as you know. Just get some of that in there. Just been having a right old proper nap with Dad. It's far enough out from the front of the tarp, so that's all right. Just watched the latest vid from Alexandra De Rocha, Be Outdoors, interviewing Carl from Sierra Survival. They gave me a little shout, a little tag in that, which is really, really nice of them to do. And it's just really good just to see Carl, Sierra Survival, and Alex, Be Outdoors. You know, they're good friends. They admin on each other's pages. And we're just sort of chatting away about a real sense of community and sharing skills, and that's what it's all about. So a big part of it for me doing the videos and doing the posts and that is hopefully to try and inspire people just to get out. If you've got the skills, if you've got the knowledge, pass it on, share it out to groups. People ask questions, you know, just do it, and especially to the young ones, you know, especially to kids and that, the younger generation and that, you know, they are the next generation of outdoorsmen, woodsmen, bushcrafters, wild campers, and they need to learn. You know, there's no point keeping your skills to yourself. You know, I wouldn't have been anywhere near where I am today without Dad teaching me from an early age. That's good. Look at that, that's going a lovely one.